Okay, wait. When did I run past you? Zone out for 2 seconds. So, Morale has entered the Carline canopy. Meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Pray look for her within, if she is not on the upper floor. Try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. FME is her name. I shall remain here in case Royale appears. So you're probably down below, which means you have to go all the way to this end of the floor. Archon Shade. Such an unexpected pleasure. Brings you here. Social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. Noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. Presumably that is a trip back out to Ilberd. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you're sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? Roost. How could I forget? Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some miquo'te tonic? Cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You're a shinobi of Doma. Though Yusig has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Royale might have disappeared without a trace. Our heartless leads us to the East Shroud. Scion, I suggest we follow Royale's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall await for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Which is down this way, isn't it? No. It's not. It's here. Down to the ferry, skipper. Take me to the pier. This way, my friends. quarry makes for Hawthorne Hut. If Royale is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You're no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garlon Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications. And we have installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Royale would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flame, she cannot move about Vandaland without being recognized. It would be only a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. 'Tis for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elizan are a common sight here, and their comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Royale in the act. So where you at? Common houseplants poisonous to cats include English ivy, iris, mistletoe, philodendron, and yew. I don't think yew is a common houseplant. Nor do I particularly think that mistletoe is a common houseplant. Give you the rest of them, though. Yew is a tree. People report that our quarry has departed for the bramble patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came, but perhaps it is all for the better. To convict someone of her standing, we will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lay... Sorry? Wrong voice. My countrymen and I shall lay in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. Okay, so you're up this way. Should probably go check this out while we're in the area. Before we leave, anyway. Just beyond, Rael is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it, with me. Do I get to fight something? This has been a lot of time tracking a trader. Flame Marshal Aline Royale, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. We're followed, you bloody fool. Damnation. This looks bad for you. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely guard for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelveswood? Last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. Would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now, come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have nothing to hide. I guess the answer to do I get to fight something is no. Even a warrior, Varel's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not speak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Vilda will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Archon? So the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum? Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not. My countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. Speaking of talents, have you considered training in the art of the shinobi? You have the aptitude for it, I believe, so please give it some thought. Till next time, my friend. Thanks, but I'm gonna keep just punching things in the face for now. Maybe someday I'll learn your sneaky sneak. This is the Ramu quest. Walking One is here. Has Walking One heard of Lord Ramu's return? This one does not need to explain. Walking One should wait here, while this one fetches Elder One. Walking One is most welcome in this one's home. The gentle sighs of winds and trees and brooks told these ones of Walking One's peaceful words with Lord Ramu. It's not where I meant to click. These ones also heard that Thunderous One challenged one to battle. This one is certain that Lord Ramu was pleased with Walking One's strength. Such strength Walking One has. Arrow shooting ones often tell grand tales of Walking One, and these ones are glad to call Walking One friend. This one must learn more in Walking One. Touch Ones have summoned Lord Ramu once more, this time with an offering of many, many more crystals. This one does not think Thunderous One means to bring judgment to Gridania. After all, Lord Ramu made a special promise to Walking One, It's the intentions of untouched ones that concern this one. Touched ones yet act in fear and in hate. Even should Lord Ramu ignore Touched One's destructive wishes, his presence alone drains the land of Aether. It is not just Gridania, but the entire realm that Thunderous One threatens. Life will seep from the soil, crops will wither and die. Then, though Lord Ramu will it otherwise, Walking Ones will go to war over what remains. This one begs brave and courageous ones to fight again. Touched Ones must understand that summoning Thunderous One is futile. The Thunderous One respects the strength of Walking One. Thank you. This one knew Walking One would do the right thing. Walking One knows how to visit the striking tree. Touch the Otherite find in the domain of Touched Ones, and Walking One will soon be face to beard with Lord Ramu. These ones will listen to the forest voices for news of Walking One's victory. Can't remember whether I actually have to fight them or not. So, this seems like a good point to run that test. There's some quests that there's some like dungeons and trials that unlocking them clears them from your quest log, and there's some that you actually have to fight and beat. And I can't remember which this one is. Okay, so it's a beat. So we have to beat him in order to get that out of our log. Got it. Okay, what's up, Minfilia? Welcome back, Archon. I understand that Elfinode had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Charges of treason and espionage against Elaine Rao? I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I'm pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Good. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Etherite in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west, most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystals she stole from the House Fortemps caravan. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint, but if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Aetherite and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetherite to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetherite upon arrival. A reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Oriange, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Charlayan. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together? I'm certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Okay. Are we meeting? For the carriage outside of Revenant's Toll. Flying's better. Fly.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
Man, expect your first appearance in the game before you even have a name in your voiced.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
She's
Moonbreeder
very
is an accomplished
tall.
Sharlayan scholar and an authority on aetherite technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Arcean souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
Okay, Moonbreeder. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. Can I go fight Iceheart? Eva, whatever. I feel like I haven't punched anything in hours. In game.
It's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Wow, Papa. That was rude.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
I don't know what that is.
Well,
Oh,
I had
I guess
to
it's
come,
that.
didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits. And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
I love these two's interactions so much.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oriange, phrasing, man.
Go on. Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit.
Sure, buddy.
Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
Is he speaking English? Technically, yes. But only technically.
You still haven't found it, then? You're missing aetherite.
We have not. No. We know that Iceheart teleported to an aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the aetherite's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the aetherite.
It was me, I saw it.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Take your word for it.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
and dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal. I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the aetheryte. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
They'll die,
Though
but it
risk
won't
the
hurt.
lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Where do I go? Bacon broth. Tasty.